How's it going, guys? And welcome back. Now, I think I've got my mic on this time, right? Can you guys let me know? I can see the chat here. Welcome, every guys. Welcome, everybody and guys, and thanks so much for joining me on Track Tuesday. I'm back. I know I keep lying and saying I'm gonna do uploads and stuff, and here we go again. I haven't done any uploads since my last live stream, and that's kind of what came up with the theme tonight. Are we crazy? So there's a big reason why I haven't been doing uploads, and I'm going to talk about that tonight, and it's kind of to do with the theme. Speaking of the theme, are we crazy? And what I mean by that is, are we crazy as model railroaders? That's a question I ask myself often because it's a pretty funny thing. Okay, thank you, Kyle. Kyle saying it's loud and clear. So I don't know if you guys saw the last live stream. I had some technical difficulties at the start, and I was complaining about this new platform that I haven't used yet, but I'm actually liking it now. Now that I've done it again, it's saved it, and we're good. And so it's pretty easy to set up. So I'm happy with it. So I was looking at the chat, and I was laughing to myself at Mark from Eminem Rails. He said, "Yes, I am crazy," speaking of himself, of course. And yes, folks, he is. So Eminem Rails, I'm sure you guys all subscribe to him, but if you don't, make sure you go over and check it out. Absolutely hilarious guy, brilliant editor, really has helped me out along on my Model Railroad YouTube journey. Just a totally cool guy. But if you go to his channel, make sure you go and look back on his channel because there is some hilarious stuff on there. I'm telling you, you'll laugh your ass off when you go on there. So yeah, thanks guys. The normal, like and subscribe and all that. But as we know, you probably already subscribe if you're on here. But yeah, hit that thumbs up for me to help me out. Remember to check me out on Instagram, and I do also have a Facebook page, but I'm more active on Instagram. You kind of see the layout behind the scenes and all that. So we will do this again. So yeah, welcome to On Track Tuesday. As you know, next week we will have Dave Thurber with the Crooked River and Eastern taking over. That's how it goes. Hey Sparky, welcome. Good to see you. So first of all, I was just going to go through and talk about the live streams how we normally do. Monday night we have Nate of the Tyodotton Valley and Coal Company Railroad. He's got Narrow-Minded Monday. Tuesday, like I said, we've got Dave Thurber with our very own On Track Tuesday. That's the Crooked River and Eastern. Wednesday, of course, we have Sparky 107 with his weekly live stream. And I must say, Sparky is really putting us all to shame. If you see how fast he's coming along with that, like he's got the helix spinning up. He's built that entire building and has the helix going quicker than I have even, done my first, I'm not even done my first level. I'm not even done the first quarter of the railroad, right? And he's already done that. So it's pretty awesome. So, and I'm going to talk about Sparky again in a little bit here. Thursday, we still have Hot Rod Rodney going. And Friday, we have Vinny, BNS 6951. Of course, everybody, my cousin Vinny. And then Saturdays at 10 a.m., it's back on track at 10 a.m. Somebody else I want to mention, of course, is my pal who's also good friends with Eminem Rails, who we were just talking about a little bit ago. It's on Chris Ward's channel, Go Via or Go Home. They do Go Via or Go Home after dark. That's the, I believe, fourth Thursday of every month. So that'll be next Thursday. Go and check them out. Mark is on there as well. Really good show. A lot of stuff, like they show a lot of modern stuff that's out, and new stuff from vendors. They feature Rapido a lot, so it's pretty cool. So with that, we are gonna go into our little shout out section. And who I want to talk about here is another live stream that's now Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. and that is Michael McCarville. And the funny thing is, I've checked out Michael before. Now, if you can bring up Mike's channel and put it into the chat for me, that'd be great. But if you can't, don't worry about it. But really cool channel. I didn't realize he actually emailed me, and I didn't realize I didn't put two and two together. But I have watched his channel quite a bit. I've subscribed to him for a long time. Wicked channel, and with that, he's got the live stream, like I said, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. So that'd be after Sparky's. So you can go right from Sparky's on over to that. So, speaking of Sparky, where is it? I had to show you guys this. So I said, if somebody buys a shirt, please let me know. Email me and let me know so I can show it. So here it is. Sparky went and bought a hoodie, which I think is so awesome, and it's really cool because that hoodie is quite expensive in my opinion. I want one for myself, but it's on the Teespring store. But yeah, Sparky went ahead and bought one, and he wore it on his last live stream. I just tuned in at the very end, and he was doing a contest, and everybody, when Sparky does the contest, the chat goes insane. So I did say hi on there, but it got missed, I think, just because the chat was going crazy. But yeah, I did go back and I watched, and Sparky did a really nice shout out to me. So once again, thanks Sparky A for the shout out, and B, thank you so much for buying that shirt and featuring it. I think that's so cool. I was really excited to see that. Now another person also bought a shirt, and they did email me and let me know, but they didn't send me a picture, so I'm not going to mention their name right now. I want to make sure that that's okay that I mention their name, because I wanted to say thanks for that too, because I thought that's really cool, right? Somebody wearing the shirt. So there we go. There's Sparky on there, and like we said earlier, make sure you check out his show on Wednesday nights. Sorry about that little noise there. That's my daughter playing, and we're going to talk about her in a bit as well. So yeah, lots of crazy stuff going on. So first of all, I just kind of wanted to say hi to you guys. Got EJ and Jeff in there. Steve in person. I don't think I've seen you. So hello, everybody. Go over and subscribe to him. Peter, dear engineer, welcome. Sparky, hello. James from Southern 207. Hobbies, good to see you, sir. Model Railer, haven't seen you in a while, my friend. It's good to see you. That's John Irvin, Model Railer, another hilarious guy, another hilarious channel. And I saw him just recently. Sparky did a thing on last year's Steam Town, and the thumbnail had John on there, so I immediately clicked on it, and friggin' hilarious. He jumps off, and you'll see what I mean if you haven't been. I'm sure you guys all know John anyways. John Rader, there's Jerry, there's John from Schuylkill River Valley. I think I said that right. I'm sure I did. And there's Chris. Chris, I was just talking about you a couple minutes ago. Ken Amos. So, hey guys, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, it's kind of how I came up with this idea for the theme of the show. First of all, as you know, you haven't really seen any uploads from me. It's kind of funny, but this show is about me being honest, and why I kind of started this side of it, the live stream, is just so we can talk as friends, and so you can just see who the person is behind the railroad type thing, and that's I've been really enjoying. So I always wanted to be really honest with you and tell you guys what's been going on. So why haven't I been doing any uploads, and why haven't I been working on my railroad? What has happened, guys? As you know, I'm a contractor and I work for myself. I'm self-employed. Things got really, really, really slow and financially really tight. So there's some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I'm no longer self-employed. I'm not my own boss and blah, blah, blah. And it was funny, I did make a comment on one of Roy Smith's videos. He asked, what holds you back in model railroading? Is it time? Is it money? And not what I said. I responded on there, and he actually featured it on the show. It was cool. He said, or what I said was, the thing with me being self-employed, when I'm super busy, I have money to spend on trains, but I have no time to work on it. But then when I'm super slow, I'm completely broke and don't have money to spend on it. So at this time, when things are slow, unfortunately, the last thing that I can spend my money on is the hobby. So that's kind of where I came with this. Are we crazy? Because it means so much, and I miss it so much. But I've been doing a few things and keeping busy. But anyways, that's the bad news. I haven't completely shut down the company, but I'm not doing it now. I'm tired of it. It's slow. So the good news is, just today I started my new job, and it's really funny. I know Wilmer will really like this. It was really a blessing what happened. It was really fluke. It was a freak accident. I used to work for this company, as you guys know, or most of you guys know. I used to travel all over Canada building bulk barns and different stores like that. So that company, when my daughter was born, Millie, I was on the road way too much, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So when she was first born, I ended up putting in my notice, and the rest is history. So anyways, now Millie's getting a little older. I was out. I was working on a small job, and I ran into my old friend from that company, and he said, "Hey Ben, do you want to go meet up for a drink after you're done work?" And you know what? I haven't seen you guys forever. So both my good friends, we met up, and we got talking, and I was just saying, either I have to make my company bigger and go to the next level, which I just really wasn't feeling it, or I'm gonna have to find something to do. And they said, "You know what's hilarious? We're hiring. Come work for us." And they made me a really good offer and gave me a really good package, and we had a meeting about it. And so today was my first day, and it went really good, and it was really nice to be back there. So long story short, I'm back working for a company I worked for years ago, and so yeah, now I'm gonna have some money again, so it's good. Maybe that Rapido 10-wheeler that's coming out. My wife hopefully doesn't see this because she's gonna kill me if she hears me saying that. But yeah, that Rapido 10-wheeler now, that's probably a possibility. So yeah, pretty cool. So let's go into the chat room here, guys. I just want to see what you guys are saying. And this time, so last time, I think it was Sparky asked me what setting I had the chat on, and I did have it on top chat. I didn't understand, and then I saw the little thing. So now it's on live chat, so we should see everybody. I should see everybody. So yeah, so Norman's saying congratulations. Thank you so much, Norman. It's really good. It's really, like I said, it's a blessing, and everything's going to be good. So we've made it through. I'm not completely broke, but it was just getting tight and a pain. And unfortunately, the first thing that gets sacrificed is the hobby, right? The trains had to go to the back of the line of priorities. So yeah. So thank you. So John from Skull Hill is saying congrats. Thank you, John. Dwight. Oh, he's talking to Jeff. Okay. So, Southern 207 Hobbies, James, he's got a BLI T1 and SW7. I didn't, so BLI, did you just get those, James? Thank you, Ken. Oh, and there's, Wilmer did come in. Hey, Wilmer, how you doing, man? Wilmer was helping me out a little bit earlier, actually. I just missed something there. Just give Mel a cigar, she will forgive you. I gotta be honest, I think I said this last time, I've knocked back on the cigars. I haven't had a cigar. I'm on a little bit of I don't know, I should say health kick, but I've just kind of changed my diet around and taken it a little easy on the beer and stuff, and I'm feeling really great. Yeah, that's right. There is the man. Indian Head Valley Railroad. Mr. Wilmer, folks. Yeah, so Anthony of Georgian Sunbelt's here. Shane's Trains. I don't know if I've seen you on here before. And Steven saying he's seen the NS 1074. You were saying that earlier. Is that a heritage unit? Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit? Sorry, I'm not familiar with a lot of the modern stuff. I heard you said about a tissue that the bill will be in the mail. Oh, that's from John. All right, guys. So, are we crazy? Are we crazy? Before we do that, I'm going to do a little show and tell because there is a little bit of modeling I've been doing. I've been working on these, a bunch of telegraph poles, if you guys can see those. So these are, I originally saw these at the Scarborough Model Railroaders, if you guys remember that club that I used to be in. These are by Rick's products, so I'm a big fan of Rick's now, and I just ordered these directly from Rick's. It wasn't a bad price, so here they are here. So I am going to probably, the next one or two uploads I do, I'll do the Sparky trick, see if that'll work to get that to focus. No. Oh, there it goes a little bit. You can kind of see the detail. But I am going to do a video on this eventually. A lot of you guys probably know this trick. It's when you do the insulators, you can use a gloss, and so what I've used is like a turquoise high gloss, basically just a cheap tester's paint to kind of give that greeny glass insulator look. I've thought of experimenting with some other ways, like using like a white with maybe some kind of whitish gray underneath with like a heavy amount of clear coat could work too. I've never seen anybody do that, but I've seen this a few times, the green, and it looks good. So these, I just spray painted them black. And this is kind of like my wood thing. I'll normally use just black, white, and burnt umber. So if you guys remember on my last railroad, you could see, it's a popular video. It's the one with the coal tower you see up front. That's kind of like what I do for wood or old wood. These in particular, I spray painted them black, and then I'll take white and burnt umber, and I just kind of dry brush real quick the white, but still wet, and then just really quick, and then just bring in the burnt umber real quick over top, and they kind of mix right on there, and you kind of leave some of the black through. That's kind of hard to see. Like I said, I'll do an upload on it, but they come out looking pretty realistic and pretty nice. So I'm excited to get those onto the railroad. So like we're saying, now that I'm working full time and going, I'll be getting the railroad going again. Nora, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for showing up. I can't remember if you were on the last one or not. I can't remember. But good to see you. Okay, Sparky's saying, insulators on poles, green, clear, and white represents power, communicating, and signaling. Clear and white represents power. Okay. I think I understand you, Sparky. So technically for telegraphs or phone lines, you would only have green. And Sparky would be the one to know. So I'm guessing, so maybe the white thing is not a good idea. But I am going to be modeling some but like I said, I'm going to try to do a series on that. I got some cool pictures of how they looked right in Chesley there, and it should look pretty good. Well, thank you, Nora. Obviously, didn't have my answer. Haha. Sorry, I missed that, Rick. I don't know. Hopefully, you weren't talking to me. Anyways, so yeah, where was I? Talking about, are we crazy? And it's kind of like, you put so much, and I got thinking about me with my hobby, my model railroad. We bought this house with an unfinished basement for the model railroad. You know what I mean? And we were talking about Sparky a little bit earlier. Like, Sparky has built an entire shed, and people, attics, basements, so are we crazy? So I kind of want to ask you guys, because it's something that comes up a lot. What do people in your ordinary life, regular life, think of your train obsession and think of your model railroad, and like people you work with and stuff when they find out? Because I kind of forget, and it reminded me going back to work, because I used to work with these guys. We would, be driving, and all of a sudden we would come up to a grade crossing and the lights would go off, and I would just, of course, lose my mind. Stop! Oh my God! Like, what the hell's wrong with you? What the hell, man? Like, what? Stop! Oh my God! There we go. 2 SD90s, SD70. Oh, look at, and they're looking at me like I'm insane. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Sorry, because I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to follow the chat too. So everybody say, yeah. So do your friends? So I'm asking you guys now. Like, let's go into the chat room. What do you guys think? Do your friends think you're a little bit nuts? So I'm going to tell you, so these guys, Chris and Chris, who I'm going to talk about right now, my good friend Chris Shunda, he reminds me a lot of Chris Ward. It's funny both their names are Chris. But this is a really cool story. When I used to work for this company way back in the day, we were in Newfoundland. I believe it was Newfoundland. Yeah, out east. And it was my birthday, and they decided to take me out for my birthday. So they did all these things for me, and we took out the work van. And one of the coolest things that anybody has ever done for me, they took me, we drove up, and they brought me to a rail museum. And I wish I had the picture, because I have a picture of Chris up on top of the engine. He's got his hands in the air, and it looks so hilarious. Now, there's something you got to understand. These two guys think trains are they think it's ridiculous. Like, they think I'm a total idiot. But they spent the entire day there, let me freak out and look around. And there was such cool stuff. And I'll never forget that. They did that for my birthday. Um, the funny thing was, though, I we got up to the engine that was kind of on display, and they're like, "Okay, Benny, let's hear it. What's this engine? What's it called?" And I'm looking at it, and I'm confused. I really don't have an answer. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the first time you've never known a train engine." And I'm looking at it, and to me, it kind of looked like some kind of Baldwin switcher, right? So I'm confused. I'm like, it looks kind of like a Baldwin, and I've never seen a Baldwin up close or in real life. But then we get up, and we actually climb up there. You could climb up on the engine. We look, and I'm going, this thing's got kind of a EMD look to it. I don't know, just because I know a lot about it. I love GP9s and that kind of thing. And it turns out it wasn't EMD. And what was weird about it, the funny thing, it was a narrow gauge engine. So out in Eastern Canada, they ran a lot of narrow gauge. So that's what this was. It was an EMD narrow gauge. And I wish I still had the photo, because it was we had some really cool photos, but I don't know what I did. I was going to share them with you guys tonight, but I don't have them. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, there's Nathan. Hey, Nathan. Nathan DeLay. Sometimes when I was a little kid, I had these crazy ideas for different layouts that never worked. Oh. And okay, so hopefully nobody from work, my new work, is watching this, because I was going through some of my old books and like my, when I was supposed to be running jobs. I shouldn't, well, I don't care about telling you guys this, but I kind of was going through it, and in the back, there was actually like track diagrams and drawings and plans drawn up for track plans that I wanted to do. Like, that's what I do, because you'd be on the road and you get bored, and that's what I do. I would sit there, Nathan, and draw track plans. And the original plan was to do Northern Ontario, like further north than from where I'm from. Like, I want to do Capriol, which was a huge, really cool yard. And that was kind of the original plan when we bought the house. The whole basement was going to be a railroad, but then I dialed it back and decided to do the home theater and everything and mix it all. Rick Bailey saying, "You, sir, amaze me every day." Who are you talking to, Rick? So I'm that's the bad thing when I'm not paying attention and I kind of go into the chat, and so I'm tying into something that's like totally irrelevant to what's going on. So anyways, yes. Funny stuff. So anyways, yeah, that was so cool when they did that. So are we crazy? A little bit, I think so. But way back in the day, and I was talking to a kid. It's funny how times have changed, because what's really cool, and I really like about like Go Veer, Go Home, Chris Ward, and people like that, Steve Brown, Sparky, these guys, and Kathy Millett, so girls too, like, they're making model railroading cool. And that's something interesting that I kind of want to hear from you guys. So me growing up in high school, you tell people that you're a model railroader. Let's just say, like, in high school, you're not going to be, the ladies aren't going to be too excited about that. So like I said, my closest friends would get brought down to see the railroad. But yeah, so here's Anthony from Georgia and Sunbelt. He's saying, "My friends think I'll kick their butt if they tease me." Well, you're a big guy, Anthony, so I probably wouldn't want to tease you either. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny how back then it was considered, I don't want to say it was kind of geeky, and I always kind of loved that. But now, and I was talking to a younger guy, a friend of mine, Tommy, a bit ago, because he follows my Instagram because he's one of these gamer guys, and it's funny how the gaming now has become more mainstream, and I can even go further now to say it's actually cool. Some of these channels, these guys are cool guys, and I just love seeing that it's becoming a little bit more mainstream, and like everybody says, we're doing this to promote it type thing and blah blah. There you go. Like, it's really cool to see that. On top of that, so to add to that, so I'm just telling you guys random stories, so hopefully this isn't too boring for this, and you guys can add too. this is just supposed to be interactive tonight. Um, but one kid I used to work with, he used to just break them on me. Like he would just, because I would always somehow figure out a way to bring trains and bring my railroad into a conversation. So he would just drive me nuts about it, like making fun of me and like, oh, you're such an idiot and this and that. But we were good friends. It was all in good fun, but we were friends. But he just, people, especially people like that, just didn't get it until one time he came over to the apartment. This is when we lived in Toronto, and he saw the railroad, and I ran it for him, just that little switching layout that I had, and his mind was blown. And he actually stopped and he goes, dude, I am so sorry. He's like, I will never make fun of you again for this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, I can't believe this. He's like, I had no idea. And that's kind of what happens with everybody that sees it. They think it's dumb and they hear me talking about it, but then when they see what it's about and what it looks like in person, it kind of changes their mind. And that's what do you guys think of that? Do you guys have any experience with that? And I don't really want to know about the wives and stuff. We all know how the wives feel about it, but what about your friends and your colleagues? How do they think? So just container, I don't think any of you know the true extent of my obsession with HO scale trucks and trailers. Trucks, trailers, construction equipment, farm machinery, and military equipment. 1,500 to 2,000 pieces. Roy, that is crazy. Okay, Roy, you're crazy too. I think we're all a little bit crazy. That is awesome. That is so awesome. That is so cool. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of reading through here. And Skill Fun, welcome. I'm not sure if I've seen you on here either, so welcome and thanks for joining us. And Skill Fun said, coworkers seem to see it as a toy, but some have seen my layout and appreciate the work done. Yeah, and that's kind of how I look at it too. And with that, so okay, I think Sparky's actually going into what I was just going to say. Sparky's saying, we are electrical engineers, carpenters, metal workers, computer gurus, planners, and blueprint makers, soldering, artists, creators, and oh yeah, we play with trains. Absolutely perfectly said, Sparky. That's exactly what I was just going to go into right now. Because that's it. And it's funny how model railroading has helped me in a lot of aspects in my life, like especially for what I do, like being working in the construction industry, all kinds of like little hacks we have to do. Like for instance, today, so at the head office, they want to wire this fancy thing at the front. Well, guess what? Guess who's an expert at that? Because I've wired a lot of lights and a lot of LEDs. I've done a lot of DCC. So guess who knows instantly how to do that? That's me. And it's not because I've learned it at other places. I've learned it from model railroading. A lot of my, carpentry from when I was a kid came from model railroading, my painting and all kinds of stuff. It's so cool where it will tie in. I remember I did have some HVAC experience, but I'd be the guy to figure out alarm systems and figure out, of course, HVAC systems and thermostats and stuff and the wiring and all from model railroading. It's just, I love this hobby and how it just coincides and kind of weaves in and out of things. Kyle is saying, same experience, Benny. Most friends in high thought the same, but now that I've started posting my scratch builds on Facebook, those same friends think it's pretty cool now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's awesome, and that's there's good and bad to social media. But that's something that I'm really liking. It's a lot of people that aren't really railroad people that I get comments from, like family and friends and people that don't really know that I'm even into this. Come up, that was really cool, like that engine that you were building and stuff. And then you tell them the story and where it's from and blah blah blah. Ken, wife rather have me home than in a bar or spending on cigarettes, drugs and alcohol free. And you know what? You want to hear something cool about my father-in-law, Mel's dad? He said that to Mel years ago when Mel and I first moved in together in Toronto. We had our apartment, and I made a mess of our apartment. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't have a workbench, so my workbench was the dining room table, and it would drive my wife crazy. But her dad did say to her the one time. He said, "You know what, Mel? Like, it could be worse. At least he is. At least he's doing that and focused on that, and he's not down at the bars drinking and hanging out and carrying on." So that's a really good point. I like that you said that, Ken. Cool point. And Mark said cat. So you guys are getting to see the cat for the first time. That's, like I told you before, Mew. Amazing original name. So this, we had the neighbor's cat that would come over, and she was a black cat. So that's Millie wanted the exact same look, and she called that original cat Mew. So this cat, when we adopted her, her name is now Mew as well. So we call her Mew 2.0. But she's really coming around. When we got her, she was really, really shy and always hiding, and it was really sad. But now she's awesome. She's coming around and being really cool. So back on topic. Joe Rader. People think it's strange till I fire up a local with sound and let it run around a bit. Then they are like, "Wow." It's so true. There's just something, and I've talked about this before. I know when I first started on YouTube, I talked about like why I like trains. I really don't know, and it could be that original trip, and just from when I was. There's Roy Smith. Hey Roy, good to see you, man. Roy in Panama, everybody. It's good to see you, Roy. I haven't been over on your channel in quite a while, so thank you so much for tuning in tonight, my friend. Roy's the best, and I think Roy's going to the meetup in Strasbourg in May. Sparky's meetup. I think. Are you going again, Roy? I thought you said before you were, but I just wanted to make sure. How does Mew get along with the layout? Great question, Wilmer. So that actually, I've been really strict because I've heard it now. I know Ken Patterson, he lets his cats run around on the layout, but I used to have an iguana, and sometime I'll have to look up that picture for my iguana destroyed my layout in Toronto. And I'll show you guys that picture sometime, maybe if I remember next time. The cats and layouts don't mix, the hair and stuff. Now, she doesn't shed really, which is kind of cool. But she did come down for the first time, and she finally did discover the layout. And I immediately got her off of there. But yeah, I don't like her being around the layout. I try to keep the basement door closed. So that's a no Mew zone down there. I do not want her around there. Another thing is too, because of the natural, when I told you guys about Millie's diorama that I built for the dinosaurs, it had sedum trees. Mew for some reason likes to eat the sedum, which is weird. And so she ate some of the trees. And so I'm afraid she's going to get down there and eat the trees and get sick and stuff too, because they're spray painted and everything, right? And Royce just confirmed, yes, he is going. So Strasbourg, May 15th, 16th, and 17th? May 15th, 16th, and 17th. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sparky or anybody on there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is, Strasbourg. It's going to be an awesome time. Nathan saying, one time my grandma and grandpa from Pittsburgh and me, we met Wilmer, and then we went to Mr. Garlick's layout, and I was more impressed in person, including my grandma and grandpa. That's awesome. And that's something I find too. Is with me anyways, I find that pictures and videos don't do the layouts justice. And that's something I've had a really hard time when I showed you guys those fragment trees. So those trees that I made out of that weird grass invasive species. I can't get them to photograph good. I hate how they photograph and how they show up on video. But when you see them in person, there's just something so cool about that. And I don't know, just to me, when you see a layout in person, that time I got to see Sparky's layout in person. The original one in the basement, like Sparky had some crazy good scenery on there that you'd have to be really looking in the videos. You never really saw it. And I said that on that video that I made on that. So yeah, if you try to go visit some layouts and just to see different ones, because like I said, the YouTube videos, as good as they are in the editing and everything, in person they're even better. So Sparky did confirm there. He said, yes, May 15th is Red Caboose Hotel. And 16th and 17th is Strasbourg. And that's really cool, Nathan, that you got to do that with Wilmer. Wilmer's friggin' awesome. Joe Reader. Hope to meet Vinny, Sparky, and everybody else on the 16th. And that's something really cool that Vinny's going to fly over from Phoenix. That is pretty awesome that he's doing that. Just off topic, speaking of, because we're talking about Scranton. So last year I got to meet JP Videos, which is a really cool channel, big channel that's about kind of checking out abandoned buildings, and he does some really cool stuff like checking out. It's a really entertaining channel just to watch. So I got to meet him. But the other day I was out shoveling my driveway and my neighbor was out and she was telling me about her daughter's boyfriend, how he's a YouTuber. I can't remember his name all of a sudden, but just small world. He does the same thing and he's a big channel and he's monetizing everything just like JP, and I think him and JP know each other. So it's funny, me up here in Ontario being that close to him, and he knows JP Videos down in Pennsylvania. So I'm gonna see, maybe put it out there if I think it's Jason, if he's gonna go again, if he would want to tag along with us and meet him, because they, even though they're not railroad guys, I know JP is interested in railroads, but it's not a railroad channel. It'd be cool to put them together, and it's a small world when you really look at it. Joe Rader is in Baltimore, so it's only 1 hour away. That's awesome. I didn't realize Baltimore was that close to there. Kissing us in the hair they lose. Oh, Akitas and a husky. The hair they lose is astonishing and gets everywhere. Won't allow them train room, period. Partly because dirt floor and they all like to dig too. That's funny. We used to have an American Eskimo, and he would shed pretty good too. All right, Sparky's on here again to say May 15th, 16th, 17th, Strasbourg. I'll be at the Econo Lodge Amish Country, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, approximately 3 or 4 miles away. Oh, sorry, that was Wilmer saying that, not Sparky. Sorry. Shoveling your driveway, Benny? We don't do that. Oh, Roy. Don't get me started. And it's funny, last year on the live stream, this very live stream, I cursed all of Ontario, because I remember I was on here, and somebody from the southern states, somebody from Florida, I think, was talking, oh, we don't get snow, blah, blah, blah. You know what? It's not that bad here, because it's been pretty warm, and we don't get that much snow. Where I am right now, like my hometown, we get a lot of snow, but here we don't. So shut up. And all of a sudden, Sparky, I'm pretty sure it was Sparky. Sparky writes, don't jinx it, Benny, don't jinx. And that night we got a crazy snowstorm, and that snow would not go away. It was insane. So yeah, that was my fault. I jinxed it and caused it. So I'm sorry, all my Canadian friends, for that. But this year, the snow we've been pretty lucky. We're talking about this today at work. It's been pretty mild, and it's nice to have snow. Like, it's either you want snow or you don't. So if you have snow, it's good. Like, if you can use it, go out. We take Millie tobogganing and stuff and do, the winter sports. But when you don't have it, it's just cold and the ground's hard and it's slushy. It sucks. So this year hasn't been too bad. But I gotta be honest. I've been getting through winter pretty good, but I'm getting tired of it now. So anyways, thanks for rubbing that in, Roy. And Roy's saying they're getting lots of rain down there in Panama. So, back to, the kind of the subject, are we crazy and all that. And oh, do you guys see that? Yep, this is happening. Yep, she's literally, and that's the leather chair. Hey, yeah, nice. Okay, so sorry guys, I got a little distracted there. Highland Husky Mooch Squad. It's like, Benny, try having 5 feet plus. Whereabouts are you? Where are you located? That's a lot. See, up in Old Sound when I was a kid, we'd sometimes get that, but it doesn't happen anymore. Like, they get a bit, but even like this, I used to be a huge snowmobiler. We call it sledding. But I was right into sledding. I had a machine and everything, and I would get out all the time hardcore. But they don't even open the trails anymore. That's how bad it's been. Nathan saying, Ben, what's your cat's name? It's Mew, Mew. And yes, my 4-year-old named her. I know it's very original, very creative name, but that's what she wanted to call her. So it's Mew, Mew. Hey, cuz, don't know if you saw the other night, gonna be in Phoenix last week of March. That's cool, Anthony. Phoenix is awesome. Mel and I got to go there when we were younger, and it's beautiful there. My Mel's parents right now are actually in Texas. They're loving it. My brother's been to Texas too, and it's something we up here, we always think of Texas as, kind of think of like country westerns and, desert, but it's really tropical and really beautiful and amazing, and they're just having a great time and loving it. So, what was I going to talk to you guys? Oh, yes, okay. Are we crazy and this and that, and how trains tie into life and stuff? So, as you guys know, my little girl loves dinosaurs. She's absolutely obsessed with them. So I've shown you guys, that was one thing where I made the dinosaur diorama, which I might do a little bit more work on, but she's kind of, busy playing with it, so I just kind of left it as it is. But she decided, it was the saddest thing because she's growing up. We had this really cute pink room painted for her, and I had like really nice crown molding and everything, and it was all princess-like and all this, and she's decided that pink is stupid. She hates it. It's dumb. She wants, first it was a Spider-Man room or a dinosaur room, and then now it's the dinosaur room. So this is what I've been working on for her. So I've decided to get rid of the pink, and this again, once again, this is kind of how I painted my old backdrop. Now this is a little more cartoony, but check it out. This is what I'm doing for her. So I'm just trying to see. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, sorry, I forgot my mouse doesn't work when I have it on just this OBS. But yeah, that's it. So I'm putting vines across. They tie into the chandelier, so that the whole ceiling's gonna be covered in vines, and I've got to get her more plants. And we're trying to talk Mom into letting her. There we go. I should be able to move this now. Blow it up a bit. I've never edited a picture live, so here we go. I'll do that. There you go, guys. It's blowing up a little bit. So yeah, where was I? So it's gonna be all vines and everything, and so this is basically how I painted the old backdrop in the apartment. It was all acrylic like this, so not quite as cartoony looking. It was a little bit more detailed, but this basically same principle. Blend blue and white and bring it down, and then you do your backgrounds and a little bit of spray paint, give some mist, and then you do the next layer and then the next layer. And so the backdrop, of course, you do it more to scale and more realistic. But yeah, she's loving it. So that's coming along. So yeah, like I said, we're trying to talk Mom into letting her get a pet lizard. So we're thinking about a gecko, but Mom's not too thrilled with that just yet, so we'll have to see. So Chris is asking, am I going to the Brampton train? I would like to, because my old friends are there, Chris. So I'd like to, that is a really good show. So yeah, my friends at the Scarborough Model Railroaders are there, so I'd like to go. I used to run on that layout, and apparently they're using one of my old engines at the one I told you guys before, that 080 that you always see on the old layout. That they use that still. That's a cheap President's Choice 080 Mahano engine, or IHC, whatever you want to call it, that I put a decoder in and just kind of detailed a little bit and just painted and yeah. Well, thanks guys. Nathan's saying that's impressive painting. Thanks guys. It's a little cartoony looking, but it's a little girl's room, right? And it's it's a lot of work. So that's gonna be basically all around the entire room, and then yeah, we're gonna have the plants and everything. And Norman's saying be careful with a lizard and Mew. I totally agree, because when I had my iguana, we had cats when I was a kid, and the cats would just sit there. But the good thing is, I'm gonna do if we do it, I'm gonna do a really big terrarium, and the gecko's really small, so it would be really hidden in there, and we're probably just keep the cat out of there anyway, so it wouldn't harass the lizard and terrorize it. But hopefully my wife doesn't see this, because she's not going to like that I'm talking about getting a lizard publicly. Because now that I'm saying it to you guys, I'm not going to have a choice, right? I don't have a choice. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle's saying it's a nice painting. So Train Guy is saying, I put my small son on a layout in his chair many years ago, and third time around he grabbed a train, not a cat, but still derailed. Oh. That's cool that your layout was strong enough to hold them. That's the thing with the style that I did, this more shelf style bench work, I wouldn't be able to put too much weight on it. It's not the strongest thing. My first layout, it was super strong because it was 2x4s with, basically a plywood top. You could do that then, but not the new one. Give this lizard an N-scale train to ride on. That's awesome. They're not very big. The geckos are only about that, like that, with the tail. So it could go on an HO. Maybe an HO flat cart could go for a ride on it. Oh my goodness. This is kind of a funny night. This is fun tonight, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I know I didn't have the normal kind of show plan. I haven't done, like I said earlier, there's not a lot to show on the railroad, so I don't want to be the kind of person, because it was happening a little bit. I don't want to be the kind of person that is modeling for YouTube. You know what I mean? I just don't want to do that. I was kind of starting to do it a little bit, and that's not why I model railroad. I model railroad to relax and to escape, and the YouTube thing kind of came on the side because I like video editing. I thought it'd be a cool way to share it. So I appreciate you guys just coming on and joining me like this and just having fun like this and not doing a total setup show like I do other times. There's James Tedesco, another hilarious guy. Right? Speaking of crazies, there's a crazy guy, James Tedesco. He is freaking hilarious. So awesome. I did a shout out to James one time and I totally meant it. I love watching James Tedesco. That's one of my favorite YouTube channels. Just he's so naturally entertaining. So thank you, James, for joining us. Good to see you. Rick said, bet you could save 15% on your car insurance with a gecko. Sparky's saying he collects wrenches as a pastime. That's awesome. So that's something I am a little bit worried about with the live stream, because I already miss enough live streams and I miss enough uploads with the new job. I'm hoping I'm not having to bug the other guys saying to fill in and stuff. So we'll have to see how it goes. But the way it is now, we're not really traveling. We're pretty local. I got home in good time tonight. I was able to pick up Millie from school, and I actually got dinner going because Mel was late and did my live stream and everything. So I think it's going to be okay. James, okay, listen to me very closely right here. James Tedesco is saying, sorry, I'm late. Nobody ever come on here. And even with, I think it's so nice when people, they say, oh, I'm sorry I missed it live. Don't ever apologize to me, guys, for being late or for missing it. Honestly, I'm the worst for tuning into live streams, so I can't talk at all. So the fact that you showed up, James, I think is just absolutely fantastic. And I totally appreciate it. So yeah, that goes for everybody. A lot of people in the comments after, they'll kind of click through the show and, sorry I wasn't there. Don't ever apologize, because I get it. We don't have, I'm like that too. There's life, right? There's life. You can't be spending all your time on YouTube. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much, you guys. Roy saying, I agree, Benny. I think it's better to do the modeling offline and then just show the... Yeah. It's funny, Roy. I've had so many ideas for, content and uploads, and I don't know. For instance, one thing I haven't told you guys about, I'll show it on next time I do an upload video. I started working on an old overpass bridge in Chesley that I have some pictures of. It's an old wooden overpass, and I'm scratch building it. And it was something that I was going to feature on and do, a series on it. And I just kind of got lost in it. And that's what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about the art of model railroading, that's it right there. If there's anything I can teach or that I want to convey or get across with my channel, that's it right there. When you're doing a project and you just get lost in it and you just kind of sometimes I feel like I talk like Bob Ross to myself, like, here we go, this little bridge is gonna go in right here, this little abutment, and blah blah blah. And to me, that's model railroading. Like, that's the beauty of it. And sometimes I just don't want to get the camera out and set up the light and set up. So I'll get doing it again. But I just, like I said, I appreciate you guys for sticking around with me and, you know, not getting upset with it and understanding. I guess you guys understand because you guys are the same as well, I'm guessing. Here's something too. This is just sitting here. So this is funny. So the last show I showed you guys, this is just totally random. But I wanted to show, because I think I've kind of gone past my prime as a modeler, because I painted this. So this is, a lot of you guys have probably seen this. It's an old Woodland Scenics casting. But Millie got a hold of it. It's kind of hard to see. But it's a little tree, and it's a guy here. It's a hunter, and he's sitting down, and he's taking a dump. I'm sorry, there's no other way to put it. But that's what he's doing. But you can get these painted, but I actually hand painted that. And I was like, how did I do that back then? I painted on the lines on his jacket. I know it's hard to see. Let's see if I can see his butt there. So that's all hand painted. And the friggin' gun that I put on there, like the guns on there, I painted the gun, like the stock's a separate color, the barrel's a separate color, and I'm not even sure how I did that, and I don't think I could do that again. It's like, damn it, I'm getting old. But yeah, I thought I'd share it. This just fell off the die. I had this sitting on the diorama for fun, and I forgot to show you guys it. So I'm going to put that somewhere on the layout. I think I'd like to put it in Shallow Lake on the next level, because that's close to where I'm from. And my dad, you know, hunted around those, so we attribute to him. He'd do something like that. Oh, man. Wilmer said, yes, you nailed it. Ben, getting lost in it. And it's cool. Because I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I've been a little bit down lately. Just being broke. You know, I'm thankful that I've been able to pay the bills and keep everything going, you know what I mean? And but it's just like, you know, I miss the hobby, so I'm down a little bit. So the cool thing was, when I was painting this, which I showed you guys earlier, it happened. I actually got lost in this and just went to town with it. Basically just used, had some old house paint from the original owners, and I had some house paint. I had the blue from my original railroad, but I had to get a new color of that. But a lot of that just mixed my own paints from old scrap paint and mixed the colors. It was just so great, and it's just inspired me, and it's got me back into it. So I was down with the trains the other night, and it's like, okay, we're back. And it's they call it in the musician world and some painters and stuff, artist block. And I think that can happen with all of us. And I think when it happens to you with the model railroad, and I'm sure it happens with all of you guys, you just kind of lose interest for a bit, or you're not inspired. That's what it is. It's artist block, or writer's block, or musician's block. And so now I'm inspired again, and I'm back. So it's exciting. So Norman wrote, that's the one that also comes with a bear. Yeah, so sorry, there's a bit of a delay. So yeah, the bear is there too, and have painted him. So it was just a metal Woodland Scenics casting. But I think I just painted the bear black, and then I just used, I do dry brushing a lot. That's my favorite thing. I probably overdo it a little bit, but you'll notice that with my weathering stuff. A lot of my stuff, my box cars and stuff, it's a lot of dry brushing. Wilmer said, wish I was getting old as you. Well, it's just funny, Wilmer, how it goes. You know, like, I was just noticing today, like, my lower back's getting more sore. Like, I have to stretch a little bit better, and my eyes are getting a little worse as we go on, so I have to get a little closer, and my hands aren't as steady, but it's all in good fun, right? Mark, you're still on there. I thought you left. Mark wrote, I'd get lost in that long grass too. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. It's cool. Roy Roy, as your geckos eat the termites. Okay, sorry. Benny, down here I've got lots of geckos living on the walls of my house. Come down and take... I would love to come down and visit you sometime, Roy. That'd be so awesome. That'd be the coolest trip ever. Wouldn't it? Panama and visiting Roy in the railroad. I would love to see that railroad. And to see Roy. Roy's the coolest guy ever. Like, you guys, when you meet, if you go to Strasbourg, so awesome. I remember saying that was the one... I'm a big... Roy's an awesome, I think he was an awesome friend, but I'm a big fan of Roy too, so it was really cool to meet him. When you get lost in what you're doing, that's when you're having the most fun. It's so true. It's so true. Yes, they do, Norman. And that's what I like about the scratch building too. I'll just kind of like, that's why I like doing that styrofoam stuff. Like, I still have this sitting here that I showed you guys a long time ago. I should get rid of this. But like, Wilmer's been doing some stuff like this too. You know, like this, that's what I kind of like about doing this. You just kind of, basically that's a drawing. So yeah, it's carved, but it's really just a drawing that I did. And you just have fun with it. Okay, let's go into the chat room here again, guys. Quick question for you guys. Do you guys like the music in the background for this, or do you like it quiet? So the reason why I have it off right now is, I don't know if you guys, a couple live streams ago, I had that really bad squealing noise, and it pretty well blew my eardrums. But it was because, if you guys probably don't remember, I didn't have this mic working. I was going off the webcam mic. And I think that's what caused the problem. But I just turned off all the sounds because I didn't want that to happen, because it just freaked the crap out of me. And I think it scared a lot of people on here and hurt people's ears on here. But do you guys like a little bit of music in the background, or do you like the silence? So I'm kind of interested to see what you guys think. Does the music get annoying? I'm the one that's sitting here talking and yapping, so I kind of drown it out, but I'm just wondering if you like it or not. Limping through models with Nate. No, I'm saying, so normally, guys, so you guys haven't been on here. Okay, I'll show you. Normally, I have a bit of music in the background like this going. So that's, my question is, do you guys like that? And then when I do the show, when I do the show part, if I'm doing like a slideshow, I'll bring in this song in the background. So Wilmer's saying he likes the silence. Yeah, people are saying quiet. Silence. Okay. So thanks, guys. Thanks for letting me know. There. So maybe once in a while I'll do it. I don't know. I just don't want you guys to get bored, right? But Chasco's saying silence is golden. John from school is saying I like it either with or without the music. Okay, cool. So another thing was, I did a video. What video was that? It was just a quick video. I just wanted to show some trains running on the, my new layout in the track work, and I had music in the background, and I kind of faded out. But it was Mike Pfeiffer came on and said, great video, great concept, love it, but lose the music. And his comment got quite a few thumbs up. So they say, you really gotta. It's up to all of us, right? Like, yeah, I kind of liked the music, but then a lot of people didn't. So, okay. So Sparky's saying no to the music. All right, good. So we won't do the music. Maybe I'll just do it when I do a slideshow presentation or something once in a while, because I like it. But anyways, that's it, guys. If you guys want, we can do the Sparky style. Promote your channel. Promote your stuff that's coming up. Any cool videos, contests. I've kind of been away and not around, so what's going on with contests and stuff? And promote your channels. Cool videos coming out. I'm not going to do the subscriber count thing tonight, because it's a lot to read off and kind of jams up the chat. But yeah, anybody has anything to say, go ahead and show that, because I'm going to shut her down in a minute here. I'm saying my computer says 7:59, so that actually went pretty good. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I really like these more interactive live streams. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Like I said, I know I keep promising stuff, and I keep doing it. So I'm just going to say, when I get the stuff out, I'm going to get it out. But like I said, this new job's going to be... it's a total blessing, and now I'm gonna have some more cash flow coming in, so I probably start playing with the trains and get building stuff again. That's basically why I held off on the Helix. Like, the Helix was ready to go, I had it laid out, and then it's like, you know what, it's like, go and buy a bunch of plywood, or should I maybe just be careful because stuff was just kind of sketchy for a bit there. So anyways, cool. Nate from Ty Dotton saying 261 Sparky style giveaway. Wilmer said, wow, check out my mail call. Alright guys, cool. So you guys keep doing your thing. Keep showing this. I'm gonna... Sorry Chris, so did I miss something? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to shut it down, guys. But keep going with the chat. I'll leave it running for a little bit. Promote your channels and do all of that jazz. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. As always, happy model railroading and stay creative, my friends. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.